In an old village in the English countryside, where cobblestone lanes curled between mossy stone cottages and the church tower stood proudly against the sky,
Well,
there lived a
what did
boy
you
named
think of the new
Thomas.
story
He was
Mr.
12 years
Pontillion
old,
gave us?
with
It
bright
was
eyes and
quite
a quick
interesting,
smile.
wasn't it?
Yet behind that smile was a habit that weighed heavily on him. Thomas was terribly lazy. Every morning, while the other children hurried to school with books tucked under their arms, Thomas lingered in bed, staring at the wooden beams of his family's cottage ceiling. "I'll get up in a while," he often told himself.
Well,
When his
what
mother
did you
called him to
think of the
fetch
new
water from the
story
well,
Mr.
he would
Fitzwilliam
say,
gave
"I'll
us?
do it
It
later."
was quite
When his
interesting,
father
wasn't
asked
it?
him to help chop wood, he replied, "Tomorrow, I promise." And when his teacher gave him
The early
lessons,
morning
he left
sun
his work
cast
undone,
long
whispering,
shadows.
"There's still plenty of time." But time, though
Digging.
patient, is never endless. As the months passed, Thomas began to notice the difference between himself and others. His friends were
The
learning
early
quickly,
morning
reading
sun cast
stories,
long
solving
shadows.
problems, helping their families with pride. But Thomas remained behind, his notebooks empty, his chores forgotten, his dreams slipping quietly away. Though he laughed and played, deep inside he felt a growing unease, a fear that he was being left behind. One autumn afternoon, when golden leaves fell upon the cobblestones, a visitor came to the village. He was an elderly gentleman, known across the region for his wisdom. Some said he had once been a respected teacher at Cambridge, others that he had traveled widely and learned the secrets of life from every corner of the world. Whatever the truth, villagers respected him, seeking his counsel when troubled. Thomas, curious yet shy, followed the crowd that gathered in the village square where the old man sat beneath an ancient oak tree. The villagers asked questions about family, about work, about life. The wise man listened patiently, his eyes soft, his words gentle. When the crowd slowly dispersed, Thomas
Welcome, my
lingered,
friends.
his heart pounding. At last, he stepped forward. "Sir," he said quietly, "I feel like I am failing. My friends are ahead of me in everything: school, work, life. I try, but I keep putting things off. I say I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Please, tell me what I must do to change." The old man looked at Thomas with kind eyes, then motioned for him to sit on the bench beside him. "My boy," he said,
I
"you are
feel
troubled not
so
because you lack
lazy.
intelligence, but because you
I
do not
know I
value
should not
time.
have neglected my
You
chores.
believe time will always wait, but it does not. Let me tell you a story, and perhaps
Just
you will
can't
see
seem
what
to
I
make
mean."
myself do
The
what I
King's
know I should.
Test. Long ago, the wise man began, his voice flowing like the river beyond the hills. There was a great king. He was generous and loved his people dearly. His court was filled with riches, yet his heart longed only for the happiness of his
Welcome,
subjects.
Thomas.
One
Have a
day,
seat.
while walking among the crowds, the king saw
My
a
old
familiar
friend.
face. It was an old friend from his school
How have the
days,
years
but the
treated
man
you?
looked worn, ragged, and defeated. His clothes were torn,
You may
his
take all
eyes
the
dull
gold
with
from my treasury
disappointment.
that you can carry
"My
before
friend,"
sunset.
the king
You will
exclaimed,
be
embracing
king.
him. "It has been many years. Tell me of your life." The man sighed heavily. "Your Majesty, I am nothing but a failure. No one respects me. Whenever I seek work, people turn me away. They say I am
What are you
lazy,
waiting
that
for?
I never
Go!
finish my tasks. I do not know why life has been so cruel to me." The king's heart ached for his old companion. He thought for a
Time for a
moment and
meal.
then said, "Very well,
No, there
let
is
us make a
not.
bargain. Before the sun sets
I
today,
just need a
you
short
may enter
rest
my
before I get
treasury.
those sacks.
Take as much gold and jewels as you can carry, and all shall be yours." The man's eyes lit up with joy. He bowed deeply, thanked the king, and ran home to tell his wife the wondrous news. "Go quickly," she urged him.
My love.
"This is your chance to
The
change
king
our lives
summons
forever."
me.
But instead of leaving, the man yawned and said, "I cannot go just yet. I am hungry. Prepare-me a meal first." His wife hurried to cook, and he ate slowly, savoring each bite as though time
I
itself had
cannot let
paused
this
for him.
chance slip away.
When his belly was
We must
full,
go
he
now.
stretched out and muttered, "I shall rest a little. There is still plenty of time before sunset." He fell asleep,
I'm
dreaming of the
starving.
riches that would soon be his. Hours passed. His wife shook him awake in alarm. "Hurry, the afternoon is fading." But the man grew angry. "It is still too early. Leave me be." He gathered a few sacks and finally set out. But the sun was high, and the road to the palace was hot.
We have to go.
Soon he found a tree and thought, "I shall sit for a while in the
There is
shade,
plenty of time
just a
before
moment's
sunset.
rest." Sleep claimed him once more. When he awoke, the sky was painted orange. The sun was sinking fast. Panic seized him. He ran toward the palace, his heart racing, his mind screaming. But when he reached the gates, it was too late. The guards closed the doors. The sun had set. The chance was gone forever. And there he stood, trembling with regret, not because fate was unkind, but because he himself had wasted the gift of time. The boy's awakening. The old man finished the story and looked at Thomas, who sat silently, his eyes wide with shame and understanding. He whispered, "Sir, I see now. I am like the king's friend. I waste my days thinking I have plenty of time, but time waits for no one." The wise man nodded gently. "Yes, Thomas, time is life itself. Gold once lost may be earned again. A broken tool may be repaired, but an hour lost is gone forever. Respect time, and it will lift you higher than you imagine. Waste it, and you will lose everything you hold dear." Thomas bowed his head, tears pricking his eyes. He had never felt the truth so deeply. That evening, as the church bells tolled and the village lanterns flickered to life, he walked home a changed boy. He resolved that he would no longer say tomorrow. He would act today. The change? From that day on, Thomas began to rise early with the morning sunday. When his mother called, he fetched the water without delay. When his father asked for help, he lifted the axe and split the wood before another word was spoken. At school, though behind his classmates, he worked diligently, finishing his lessons each evening by the fire. It was not easy. At first, he stumbled. His habits of delay pulled him back like chains. But every time he felt the urge to say, later, he remembered the king's friends standing before the closed gates of the treasury, weeping at the setting Sunday. That image gave him strength. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, Thomas improved. His teacher began to praise him. His parents looked at him with pride. And within his own heart, a quiet confidence grew. He no longer feared being left behind. He had learned the value of time, and with it came the joy of progress. The story of Thomas and the wise man in that old English village is not just a tale for children. It speaks to us all. How many times have we said, "I'll start tomorrow"? How many opportunities have slipped through our hands because we thought there would always be more time? Time is the most precious treasure we will ever hold. Yet it is also the most fragile. We cannot store it, cannot borrow it, cannot earn it back once it is gone. A single moment wasted may seem small, but moments become hours, hours become days, and days become the story of our lives. If you wish to succeed, to build, to love, to live fully, you must learn, as Thomas did, to act now. Do not wait for a perfect tomorrow. Begin with the hour before you. Cherish it, use it, fill it with effort and presence. The king's friend lost a fortune not because he lacked opportunity, but because he believed time was his servant.
Thank you, Mother.
In truth, time is our master, and only those who honor it are rewarded. So the question remains, how will you spend your day? Will you rest beneath the tree, dreaming of riches that never come? Or will you rise now, this very moment, and seize the gift already in your hands? Time is life. Respect it, and life will respect you. Waste it, and regret will be your only companion.
Is all we need to find our way again.